The last thing I want to talk to you all about is humor and relating it to Christianity and a Christian worldview. In anything we do, it's always important to bring everything back to a Christian worldview. How can we use it in the church? How can we use it to witness to others? How can we use it to represent Christ? Because that's what we're called to do here on earth. So I want to start off with a verse. This is on the handout that I gave you. It's Job 8:21. This says, "He will yet fill your mouth with laughter and your lips with shouting." This verse is very inspirational as to how we should be when it comes to humor. God fills us with joy and love and is always wanting us to portray that in everything we do. Another verse that I found that was really great was Genesis 21:6, and this is Sarah saying, "God has made laughter for me. Everyone who hears will laugh over me." That's something just cool to see someone in the Bible talk about laughing and be very lighthearted about it, and how I just picture Sarah and her friend laughing together. And this is exactly how God wants us to see laughter and humor. He wants us to do it, but in the right way. So how can we incorporate humor into praising the Lord and in worship as well as ministry? It's important to use humor in ministry because sometimes, whether you're a youth pastor, a senior pastor, or you're teaching a small group or high school kids or even little kids, using humor is really helpful. Just like I described how we can use humor in the classroom, it's very important to use humor in ministry as well. Sometimes those Bible verses, those felt pieces that you put up on the wall, they can be a little bit dry and boring. So using humor can spice things up. It can add interest. It can cause students and listeners and followers to be motivated to learn more and to apply those lessons they learn. They can apply them in their day-to-day lives because they understand them. So when you're using humor in ministry, it's very important to use it very correctly. As Christians, in our day-to-day lives, we need to be uplifting and happy and always showing who we are through, or showing Christ through us. So it's very important to be encouraging and motivating, especially when we use humor. We can't use humor to tear people down, to discourage, or make fun of people. That is not in any way what God wants us to do. Also, David Farmer writes in the article Humor in Preaching. He says this, and quote, "In our celebration of life and the richness brought to us because of God's love, let us reclaim laughter in our faith practices, including preaching." And that's Farmer.